Hey, this is the Shug, and you're listening to the Slam Fam Wrestling Network. Welcome to the family. BITCH!
You'll notice that today, the sound quality is infinitely better than what it's been before, because we don't have to do this over our phones today, because Miss Kat Carter came back to town for a visit.
Hello, Slam family.
Slam family. So we actually get to do this in person for the first time in, God, so many months.
Well, 8 months?
Oh.
I've been gone for 8 or 9 months.
I'm sad now. So we're thinking through what we want to do today, and fans of Off the Chest will know that they do a lot of watch-alongs, usually on the network of old wrestling, of 90s wrestling that they then make me watch with them, so that I can shit all over things like
blatant misogyny.
Yeah, pretty much blatant misogyny. The Playboy Bunny pillow fight. The fuck was that? Or the beaver cleavage nonsense, or the hoe train, or the whatever.
To be fair, Godfather is a very nice gentleman.
I'm sure he is. The hoe train was still bullshit.
Pop Shango was a very nice man.
Kat has actually... You met him?
Yes, at the last AIW show.
Yeah.
Which, for you guys, will not be the last AIW show. It'll be like 2 AIW shows ago.
Kat just gets to meet all of the cool people.
Hell yeah. Fucking Marty Jannetty versus Joey Janela at J-Lit this weekend. McCarthy's real jealous.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to do a watch-along of our own, and I'm hoping I can get this up. But we're actually going on YouTube, because the whole point of a watch-along is doing it somewhere easily accessible, and I'm hoping, for those of you who actually, watch along, and I don't know how many that actually is, I'm going to hopefully get this up on the Slam Fam Network's YouTube channel, the playlist, so that if you don't want to have to search for it, you can actually just go there and click through it.
Oh, yeah.
But we are doing about, looks like 5 different women's matches, of mostly women I've at least heard of. I don't think I've seen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say of varying quality, which
is
also probably going to be true.
To be honest, a lot of these are old, but I also kind of love watching the old stuff, especially when it's someone that you know and you've seen recently, to be like, where were they?
Or is amazing.
Because have you
Super Oprah?
Super Oprah is always amazing all the time. But the random side note, I was watching old SCW stuff on YouTube with Regal. It was right after they interviewed Lord Stephen Youngblood. And
what
so
a treat.
he pointed out this one match, and so we had to find it on YouTube to watch it, where I think it was supposed to be tables, ladders, and chairs, but they didn't actually get any kind of table with that in mind. And so you watch Steven repeatedly slammed on this table, and I'm watching this with him in the room going, did it just occur to you to give it up? But no, they kept going 4 or 5 times.
The table?
Yeah, I was like, but in the match, once you realize that this shit isn't breaking, did it never occur to you to just give up? Nope, they kept going till it broke in. Because
that's how you end up on Botchamania.
Indie wrestling.
Oh my god.
So we also haven't, I pre-watched a little bit of one, so we are seeing these for the first time. However, there are some of the women I've seen before. So our first match is an oldie, you can tell by the quality, but I'm super
just by
jazzed.
how one of the participants looks compared to nowadays.
Yeah, well, that in the video also says it's from 2008, so decade old at this point. Jessica Havoc versus Super Oprah. The match 2 saga continues.
Super Oprah!
Super Oprah. This is part 1. It's 2 parts, apparently. But actually, I wasn't searching for Jessica Havoc because, I mean, I'm a fan, but, like, I figure she has higher quality matches. But I'd found something from Super Oprah on YouTube before, so searching her, or her?
Her.
Okay, just making sure. And, I'm like, she faced Jessica Havoc? Yes.
Yes.
Y-A-S-S. Alright, so I'm clicking play. Here's hoping we are Chromecasting. Or we are not. Let's try this again.
We're not. Technical issues
Yay!
at the McCarthy Square Gardens. That's never happened before.
Our internet's never gone out entirely. Alright, there we go. And I am actually going to put it on mute because most of these matches never have commentary anyway.
No, and if they do, that's probably bad. For those, oh, she's such a baby.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
she's
Jessica
such
Havoc.
Tiny Jessica Havoc, baby child.
She doesn't... I love her. I love her outfit, though. I always love trench coats. That's why I love the Ace Austin with his big purple
Ace
trench
Austin,
coat.
what a good young man. He's a really good lad.
I met him long enough to buy a pin from him. Like, I never actually, like, spoke. But I have the pin
Well, we
still
met
at
him,
first.
I'll say we met him at Revolver when they came.
But it was kind of like...
It was very brief, though.
Yeah. Like, I've gotten to...
That infamous night. Oh, boy. What a treat. I'm getting off topic, though.
Oh, I don't care. It's a giant, long processional. And
Yeah,
you know when,
This is going to be a rambling episode, too.
But those are the best kind.
best.
Well, no, like, because you ever listen to one of the watch-alongs on Off the Chest?
You act like I listen to our podcast, Margaret.
I don't actually listen. I'm there when it happens. Like, during the long walkouts, you get a history lesson from Regal.
Jesus Christ.
About...
That's just talking to Regal, though. That's just a normal day.
I love the guy, but, like, 90% of talking to him is, either this one thing his buddy did, or...
Hey guys, I did a Seth Rollins did a moonsault off of me.
Oh, we actually, for his birthday, Alex and I bought a Seth Rollins action figure, and we taped over his name and said, the guy that moonsaulted off with the chest at Smithy Regal that one time.
Christ.
We didn't know how to get him.
Stop stroking his ego. Stop enabling
I know,
him.
Reddit does that for me.
Also,
I am eating, and I know people don't always like it, but
I
I'm
at least
hungry.
got something not crunchy, Margaret. Come on.
I don't care. Super Oprah. How long has Super Oprah been around?
Super Oprah's been around for a long time. This was the start of her career, I believe. But I also believe she's always been Super Oprah. Don't quote me on that. The reason I know who Super Oprah is, and I introduced her to Margaret, is because she's a Cleveland area wrestler.
Well, I also got the chance, when I interviewed for Level 1 Ladies, which I really want to get back to. Kind of fell off and some other issues came up.
Such as a wedding that,
yeah. But interviewing Jacqueline Navarro, she said that one of her first matches, one of the matches she loved the best, was Super Oprah. And that's when I'm like, who the hell is Super Oprah?
Who the hell isn't Super Oprah?
She's everything. She's definitely looking like, again, the quality of this video is not fantastic, kind of looking like an angry housewife?
Very angry housewife vibes coming from Super Oprah a lot. A lot.
Oh, I remember this part. She's always been doing this then.
Yep. It's very similar to Crotch, how Crotch has kind of had the same shtick for a long time. But we love it.
No, actually, he's now Matt Mayday, also known as Crotch.
Again? Okay.
It's not taking. But so I love the Super Oprah
He
does.
was Matt Mayday,
Yeah.
and now he's whatever.
It's weird. Super Oprah opening her legs and like basically telling the ref, yes. I mean, yeah, it's slightly
for anyone
predatory.
who's seen Bobby Doll wrestle, I mean, it's a very similar shtick.
Yeah, only.
But Bobby Doll does not call himself a female.
Yeah.
So.
Although I have seen him come out in a black evening gown multiple times.
I remember that. What a good old time.
Did you ever see the ones where he had the glow sticks in his ears?
Oh, of course I did.
Oh wow.
Super Oprah was also just a surprise participant in the Gauntlet for the Gold. and received the biggest pop of anybody of the entire night.
Kind of love
it. It was fantastic.
Kind of really. So now they're just yelling.
And then her wig was knocked off of her head, which caused her to, in a male voice, yell, "You don't mess with a black woman's wig."
Yes.
And then just proceed to pain train everybody.
Am I the only person that's never been the biggest fan of let's take 10 minutes before the match to hype up the crowd thing?
I mean, it has its perks, especially in certain areas, like especially with women's wrestling. It's just about it's not easy for everyone to get a crowd behind them, especially if you're at a really shitty point on the show. But I mean, if you like a match like this, it's going to be straight up comedy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just part.
Is that
of the
most
deal.
of what Super Opera does? Because she's big and can move and can do shit.
She can wrestle decently. Like she is a very competent competitor. But yeah, it's a lot of comedy. I know I just watched at the last Mega Wrestling Show, which is another Cleveland-based promotion. It was her and Faye Jackson, everyone's favorite, Miss Milkshakes, versus Jocelyn Navarro, and then a dude named Calvin Couture. So
I'm guessing
he's a very flamboyant young man. And it was a really funny match. So, there's a lot of butt showing and a lot of...
what do you even call that move?
Sitting on faces. Dan does that, too. Old Dr. Daniel C. Rocky did.
Does he do it with, what is it, respect?
Dedication, confidence, and respect,
Thank you.
Margaret.
I'm not one of his clients.
No,
I don't.
He does it where he rolls over, so then they're on their backs, and he pulls out his pamphlet, and as he reads it to them, dedication, rolls over, smashes their face into the mat, confidence, I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of promoting Dan. All I ever do is talk about my boyfriend who I'm in love with, so...
I mean, I'd hope you are, or else it's awkward that you're dating.
Super. I mean, hey, I've dated worse.
I mean, Lord knows I brought up I brought up the wedding enough time, Lord knows.
Oh, guys, I'm eating M&M's, so... If anyone wants to turn this into a mukbang, do you know what a mukbang is?
No, I don't. I'm too
A mukbang
boring.
is a Korean eating show. It's a bunch of people on YouTube will sit there and they will eat a meal in front of the camera, and then a lot of people really like it because it feels like they're eating with them. And then people will send them thousands of dollars.
So they, you play it while you're eating dinner?
Yeah, legit. People live stream themselves, and they get a fuck ton of money on Twitch and shit.
I am in the wrong business.
I've been debating doing it. And then, also selling my socks or something. Women's wrestling, lucrative business for sock selling.
Well, especially, and this is the thing I've talked about before, it's everyone always talks about the women's revolution. It hasn't gone all the way down the chain yet. It's not really around that much. Not to say that, promotions aren't doing stuff, but it's you can I go to several promotions a month for various things, and I might see one or two women's matches entirely, and most places, most shows, if you get one women's match, it's a miracle. Any more than that is just asking too much, unless you're going to, Rise or Queens of Combat or,
And it's great that those companies exist, and it's great that they have, their, for lack of a better term, rising. But I think it's also making people,
push it off to the
to
side.
run.
Yeah.
Because they're oh, well, they're already doing it. Why should I have a women's match? It's bruh.
And it's also the reason I've never been very much for the after the Mae Young Classic, and they talked about, what if you make a women's show? I'm I don't want a women's show. I want more women on the main roster. I don't want to give anyone any more excuse to shove women to the side, saying, well, we don't need to have them on Raw. They have their own show.
Because look at what happened to the cruiserweights. If they even get one match on the main shows,
and it's and it's the kickoff or whatever. Even though I did like Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander, but Oh no, the wig came off.
Uh-oh.
Is that blonde hair?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm going to guess that Super Oprah just yelled, "You don't mess with a black woman's weave."
Is that an actual like catchphrase she has?
I'm guessing that's what happened. Oh no, she did it onto her weave though.
Oh
That was a
cow!
beautiful elbow drop.
That looks exceedingly painful. That's the other thing I wish women's wrestling in the area had.
More
Is that
pain?
more painful looking things?
Mhm.
Cause like, I'm like, yeah, like I want to see you beat the crap out of each other. Like, don't hold back.
Rip each other's hair out.
All right, so that's never understand. So we're on the next one, part 2, and again we're on a playlist which is playing through, and I'm going to try to get it up before the episode does, but it automatically goes. So this is September 13th, 2008.
Oh,
So
yeah.
not quite 8 years.
Can you pull up the description, see where this is? Where in? I'm assuming it's in Ohio.
So this is on Jessica Havoc's actual YouTube, and it says September 13th in Alliance, Ohio. Is the only thing it has.
All right. I figured this was in Ohio. I love Super Oprah to death, but she is definitely what those in the business call a 40-miler. Those who do not wrestle
More than 40 miles.
miles.
Well, I
away
mean,
from
I've
their
seen her.
homes.
She's come. Well, how close is LaSalle to Ohio? Or
Super
where is
Oprah
she?
was in LaSalle?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jessica Havoc.
No,
sorry, I was really confused.
Jessica Havoc is definitely the
I was about to say,
opposite
like,
of
I've
a
seen her
40
go a
miler.
lot of different places. I was really confused.
No, Super Oprah.
Which sucks. That means I probably won't be able to see her live unless I actually, like, go
Come
visit
to
you.
Ohio.
Trying. Because apparently AAW is, like, the best thing ever. But you
Or
know
it's
if we go, Alex is going to try to get himself booked.
No, I know. And I'm going to tell him it's not going to happen. I've told him it's not going to happen. We're shooting on the bells now, brother.
Well, because he told me before, he's like, why don't you put, your dates out? I'm like, I'm not doing anything else. Like, people don't want a one-off commentator. I love commentating. Like, 3XW is a lot of fun.
That's what kills me about McCarthy. He was just talking about how he doesn't want to turn this into more than a hobby, and yet he's like, I'm going to put my dates out. Like, my guy. My dude.
Oh, but I've seen a lot of guys that do that, though. Like, if you ask them, they'll be like, oh, I'm taking it easy, just testing things out, but then they go, like, 4 days a week to 30 different states to try to get booked, and you're like, you might be more than a hobby.
Are you throwing shade at one specific person, Margaret?
I don't think he'll realize that I am, but yes.
I just want to confirm. I want us to be on the same.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have no issue if you just want to be a weekender, like, have a wife and kids and a good job, and you get to pretend to beat people up on the weekends, that's a good life.
It really is.
Because I know, like, Nevin Knoxville at SCW, great life, beautiful family, loves his job as a, is he volunteer fire? What?
Let's not get too into the shoot life here, brother.
He's fine, it's a face.
I am.
Well, he's a face now. But, like...
He's a manager at a GameStop. There we go.
And, like...
And a volunteer firefighter.
Yeah.
So a good face job to have, too.
Right? Best part was, though, is that when they had the spot show for SCW at, like, the firefighter festival, he was super heel. So he had to, like, mock the town he was, like, the volunteer firefighter at.
So what you're telling me is he came out and said, I'm going to light this whole town on fire.
No, and I was super annoyed.
Come on, it's perfect. You have to come out and threaten arson, otherwise you're not doing a good job.
Taken straight from the pages of Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm. But don't shit in anyone's gym bags.
So, did she have to kill Cookie Monster for those leggings?
They are very, mid-2000s rave. Like, that looks like something I would see at an anime convention.
So this was in October, so this one is October, so this was a month after the last one. Or it was published October, I don't even know. That's the problem with going on YouTube, is you have no idea just when things actually took place versus when they're uploaded. Ah, see, that looks so brutal.
See, and that's what I like about, like, even young Jessica Havoc is, like, she used to look completely different. She, you know, like here, she's very tall, very slender, but she's never really changed her style. Like, she's always been very hardcore, punch you straight in the face type deal. Very gothic punk
Have you
style.
ever, so, I never remember to watch, but I follow her on Twitch, because she does, video game playthroughs. But I've also seen, she wrote a blog post that went viral a while back about, like, the body issues and the body changes, especially in wrestling and all that kind of stuff. So it's very clearly been something that she's struggled with. And also I follow her on social media and, like, every post.
I would say, she lives a very fit, active lifestyle. Like, that's not hard to see at all. As a wrestler, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. I love that kitschy horror right behind you.
Donna. Donna. Oh no! Oh no! It's getting too creepy.
Okay, you might know this. Has Super Oprah ever had, like, idiots back talking about how, oh, it's a dude in a dress or whatever?
Yeah, of course. But it's very... Literally everywhere I've gone and seen Super Oprah, she's face. And literally for the most part, everyone cheers her and is not...
Which is actually also interesting, because I was talking to Jocelyn Navarro about it, about being black in Iran, and she said that one of her trainers basically told her to be prepared for most promoters to ask her to be heel. And, like, because of her skin color, so that's, I mean, pleasantly surprised, but it's a surprise that she's face basically everywhere. Oh, no, you've seen her? No, I mean Super Oprah.
Oh, Super Oprah.
I know Jocelyn Navarro is a heel. She said that she prefers
I was about to say, like...
No,
what?
Super
Jocelyn
Oprah is a face. Jocelyn Navarro is usually a heel.
I love that they're just, like... We're just watching Jessica's dead body.
Twitching. With the death spasms.
Yeah, Jocelyn is a heel most everywhere, and Super Oprah's a face.
What is she, the chocolate goddess? Or something?
God, you're asking the wrong person.
I don't remember.
I see Jocelyn once a month, or twice a month, so, like, I just don't pay attention anymore. Sorry, Jocelyn, but, like, it's very hard to pay attention sometimes.
Well, I think it's hard to pay attention once you, like, see the show so regularly, because it's like SCW shows, I only half pay attention because it's like I've seen so many of the matches and so many of the guys that it's like...
Plus, you're just going to hear Regal and McCarthy talk about it non-stop anyway.
Although, the last show, I approved its stereotype. They were literally just chanting corn at one point. Well, not the last show, the show before the last. They just had 4 shows in a row. Like, literally every weekend, 4 shows in a row.
Kill me.
I was half, like, out of it. In every town they've ever done it. Oh, Lord.
She did.
Sailing. I didn't even check to see who was supposed to be a face or a heel here. I'm assuming Jessica Havoc was the heel.
She usually is, but people are clapping. I don't know anymore.
Well,
We're listening to this on mute.
Yeah.
So.
Well, because she wrestled MJF, and I'm like, MJF is always a heel, and by nature of him saying shitty, sexist things, she was the face. So this is Path to Glory Match 2 coming up next. Reign Victoria versus Savannah Stone. And this one actually looks like it has a decent, like, quality. I'm impressed. Probably still going to be stuck on a hard cam, though.
I mean, Proving Ground is very... Proving Ground, for the most part, like... I don't know.
So this was published July 18th, 2017.
I'm sorry, is she wearing gear, or is she just wearing an outfit?
I didn't look.
It just looks like an outfit.
And again, we will be posting this on Slam Fam if you want to watch along with us. The YouTube channel.
Was that everyone's favorite referee, Jason Pemberton?
This must be... When was the first time I saw Reign Victoria? Because I've seen her a couple times. She's had a fairly long-standing feud. She's actually in an intergender match for the tag team titles at SCW. She's wrestled against Valentina Loca. I'm trying to remember when I first saw her. And then she went to Glory Pro for secondary training. And as problematic as that is, she did get a lot from it. So it's like a bittersweet thing.
Seriously, is she wearing an outfit?
I don't know. I like her red gear that she wears at SCW, but I don't know if that's what she wears everywhere. Those are very sparkly pants. Shorts. Whatever. Hot pants. I don't know.
It just looks like she went to Charlotte Russe and just picked stuff out of the clearance section.
I'm sure that's an insult, but I do not shop there enough to get it.
Right. She went to Victoria's Secret and just picked stuff out of the clearance.
There you go. Okay. So, here's clearly our face. Now, I've heard a lot about Savannah Stone.
I love Savannah.
I've heard a lot. I know that Papa Hale's the biggest straight man to non-creepily love women's wrestling. Has told me so much better.
That.
What?
I'm sure some would argue that he's not creepy.
Oh, that he is creepy?
Yeah. Mostly just dudes that don't understand women's wrestling,
Yeah.
so then they just want to hate anyone that loves it.
I loved getting to interview him, though.
Papa
So
Hale's asked for a picture with us, man.
I know,
That's
I loved
fucking
that.
Awesome.
He's wrestling's grandpa. It's great.
I love Savannah Stone, though. Last year, or earlier this year, Daniel and I went to PWCS down in St. Louis, and we watched her. I think that was her like debut match or like second match ever.
Yeah, she hasn't been out that long, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, there is commentary. Is that Angela? Oh, Angela Slane's on commentary.
As well as Danhausen.
I'm sad that we're not watching it with commentary. I'll have to rewatch this with commentary now because I love Angela Slane.
Yeah, the match at PWCS was actually Savannah Stone and somebody else versus Angel Slade and somebody else.
A women's tag or mixed?
Mixed.
That's to be expected.
Yeah, there's not a lot of women's wrestlers in the St. Louis area. I mean, and really, Angelus is also not in the St. Louis area, so. But she's very famous in the St. Louis area.
It's one of those issues where it's like, lower promotions don't have belts because there aren't enough women, but women don't stick around to those promotions because there aren't belts. So it's like, it's a cyclical problem where you need to get a large amount of women coming to a promotion at once to justify having a belt, to justify women sticking around. Which is why anytime I see women in the...
Oh, come on. Oh, no.
What?
This is going to be a match. I'm just trying not to talk.
This was very early in both of their careers.
No,
this
Savannah doesn't look terrible.
I know. But like I said, I think this was before she went to Glory Pro and improved.
Oh yeah.
Because she improved, Rain improved dramatically between her first match with Valentina Loca versus her second was almost it was basically an entirely different level. But I am liking Savannah Stone. It's my first time getting to see her more in just on social media. But no, so anytime like there's new female graduates to Black and Brave, like I always make a point of trying to like at least seek them out and learn their names, under the hope that maybe knowing they have friendly faces there, they'll come back.
Maybe.
And then but then half the time they come from international, they come from other countries and they only have a visa long enough to train, and then pretty much they have to go right back home.
I was so sad when Carmen left.
I want her. She said that she, Carmen, I don't remember, Sam Calais, I think is her work name. And she says that she has plans, hopefully, to come back as soon as, like, August or September or somewhere in there. And I was like, do it, because she's, like, I'm going to say bigger woman, but it's probably going to give the wrong connotation, because she's, like...
She's built.
She's built. Like, and so sweet. And it sucks for her because she's from Germany, and so I was talking to her, and there's not a lot for wrestling opportunities in Germany.
Other than the huge promotion.
There's one huge promotion and nothing else.
Yeah.
So, like, if you can't get into that, like, one promotion in Germany, you've essentially got to leave.
Like, I mean, and it's not... I mean, like, Germany is at least very close to other countries.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently in Europe, travel between other countries is
so
very easy.
Well, it kind of has to be.
Yeah. Because, like, I know I've heard stories of people accidentally taking the wrong exit and then they're in, like, the Netherlands. Not Netherlands. That's a long ways away. I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
though.
Is there wrestling in the Netherlands? Now I'm curious.
I don't know. I'm gonna just Google it right now.
I know there's wrestling in Finland.
Really?
Because I think, is it Finland? I tend to follow a lot of random
There
people
is
on Instagram.
wrestling in the Netherlands.
Yay! I gotta watch it.
Yay!
We gotta figure out what that is now. Because I don't know, I always love to be like, how is wrestling different in other countries?
Have you seen that crazy shit from the Philippines that just got posted?
No.
Of the dude lighting himself on fire?
Wow.
That was nuts. He lit himself on fire and jumped through a table. It was
Ah.
crazy. And I'm like, welcome to deathmatch wrestling, kids.
I'm okay. I don't do deathmatch. I can't.
I love deathmatch wrestling.
Yes. So I found this Instagram account because I follow you know how you can follow a tag on Instagram, which is great. Twitter should follow suit. But I just followed the indie wrestling tag and I found a Instagram account called Kayfabe Diary _ between the two, and the bio says candid moments behind the scenes of Finnish pro wrestling. So like,
ho ho ho.
So yeah, it's Finnish pro wrestling. I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's like a specific promotion. All I know is that I have seen many pictures of pro wrestlers in Finland.
Wrestling is Finland, man.
Oh, I always love the stumbling around awkwardly.
Usually when people get lost.
And forget what they're supposed to do next.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I'm so proud of myself because it's gotten to the point where I adore the backstage stuff of any craft. And so, like, I'm so proud of myself that I can, like, see, oh, they're calling their next spot. Like, when they lean in close, but they're not quite saying anything, like, oh, calling the next spot, or when they're yelling at the ref, or the ref's getting in their face, the ref is actually passing info. Like, I love that. I love, like, looking for that stuff to see how it's put together. I know it's supposed to be, like, killing the business or breaking the business or whatever, but I can't help it. I'm the one that likes knowing the behind the scenes.
Business is dead.
Kill it with fire.
Everyone knows it's fake, but we all love it. I've been watching a lot of Japanese wrestling lately.
I need to get back into that because I know
great.
they have their all-female promotion.
A lot of them. They have
the one I watched. Oh shit!
Stardom.
Is that the one with the really big tournament every summer?
Yes. No.
What am I thinking of? I did
Ice
all of this. What?
Ice Ribbon? Girl, I just look up Japanese women's wrestling and I just watch whatever. So
Is there a lot of stuff on YouTube?
yeah, there's a crap ton of stuff. I can give you a playlist that I've got of like a fuck ton.
Yes, I don't remember because it was a while ago. I'll have to look back through our own back catalog because I, over the last summer, I did a overview of like 3 different women's tournaments. And I cannot remember, because it was like Rise. It was an overview of the people who at that point had been announced for the Mae Young Classic, and then it was one from Japan. And was it 5? I remember there was the word star in the title, and I don't remember. And I hate myself right now, because I didn't even think about it. But that was a fun one to research. So much research. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm sad how few people are there.
As the girl that just... excuse me, I'm also sick during this recording. Big shocker, me sick during a recording? Never. I'm a big fan of sunset flips, because I just got over my fear of them, like, within last year. Oh no, oh honey, oh, what was that? Honey, no.
See, the problem is, while I know the behind-the-scenes stuff, I'm still not enough in it to be like, this is good, this is bad, this is technical, I don't fucking know.
I mean, it's pretty easy to tell what's good and bad.
I can tell, I'll tell you about this way, I can tell what's good and bad with, like, selling, and, like, the character aspect. But, like, I struggle to know, like, when the move was perfect or not, you know?
I mean, there's a difference between perfect and
Or,
bad.
yeah.
Like, you can...
But I struggle to tell the levels in that until it's, like, actually botched. Like, that looked botched for a second on Savannah's part. But
no,
that
it
might have
wasn't
been part
Savannah
of it.
at all.
No.
No.
Like, again, like, I can't... Well, I guess that's part of me not knowing, because it's like, I don't know who's responsible to make sure that
I mean,
that will
it's
go
a
through.
team effort.
Well, yeah,
time.
but, like, they always tell you, like, you know, when you grab someone, like, if you grab someone by the hair and toss them, they're really the ones rolling themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that kind of thing. Like, I know a little bit, but, like, I don't know who's the one actually, a lot of the cases, actually making the momentum, as opposed to being the person that's just kind of guiding the momentum. I'd love to learn. I'm getting better at, learning like, actual names of moves. Of course, Savannah one. Well, it's hard, because it's like, for some reason, a hip toss and is it a hip toss and an arm drag still look so similar to me.
They are not
I know!
similar, Margaret. Oh, honey.
Or maybe it's just the ones I've seen done, they were done weirdly. I don't know. Well, the problem is, like, even when I know it, like, I'll talk through it, like, okay, I know what, you know, what this one looks like or what this one looks like. Commentating and actually, like, seeing it, recognizing it, and calling it in the space of a second, not there yet. Right, so that was Proving Ground Pro.
Oh, Proving
And then
Ground.
now we are at the free match. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
It's not muted everywhere.
Oh, gosh darn.
What did you do, Mark?
I don't know what
Oh, my God.
Okay.
There we go.
Alright, so I think this looks like this also includes, like, actual before. Yeah. So this includes.
So this is Bea Priestley and who?
Let me double check. And Ashley Spencer.
Ashley Spencer. I've never heard of Ashley Spencer.
SPW New Zealand.
I have heard of Bea Priestley.
Bea Priestley returns to her home country of New Zealand at SPW's biggest show of the year, Southern Rumble.
Whoop whoop.
And this was posted December 2017, but again, Lord knows when it was actually filmed.
I think, is this the actual YouTube channel for SPW?
Looks like it.
Then it hopefully they stayed up to date.
Right?
Yeah, because this has dates on it.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is up to date.
I'm thinking that they did very good. I like her
tiara?
Decor. And her tiara.
Tiara?
I love it.
Again, it's one of those, like, I need to go back and watch because I want to see, like, what super bitchy thing she was saying.
It looked very shady. I love it.
All the
shade
tea.
and the tea. And the other trendy teen words right now.
Yeah, I don't even try to keep up. I don't learn words until they've already been used for 2 months.
I have to explain them all to Dan, so I kind of have to keep up on it.
I have to explain every form of reference ever to Alex.
Can we talk about my new favorite couple right now, which is Shotzi Blackheart and Tripp Cassidy?
I didn't know that was a thing. I love Shotzi Blackheart.
They are a thing, and they are fucking cute. They are wrestling each other soon, actually. Big surprise, a couple in wrestling is wrestling each other.
Has, Cedric Alexander and Ariel Monroe ever wrestled each other?
I don't think so.
I'd watch that. Also, they make cute babies.
They make very cute babies, and they are both great humans.
I know, which in wrestling is rare, and you hold on to it for dear life.
Ariel, I especially love because she loves Sailor Moon, as do I. We talked about what type of Sailor Moon outfit she should wear for her next photo shoot. It was great.
Alright, this is
Bea Priestley.
Already, I love the gimmick. I go for the darker stuff.
Well, and the gear is also inspired by Melina from Mortal Kombat, which I'm a super big fan of. Melina, who just has a big, gaping, disgusting, spiky hole for a face. It's fantastic. Because I love just eating men's faces.
That's a weird place to go. I love every creepy aesthetic ever, though.
I would say, I hope you understand, like, in my Fallout 4 game, I just got the cannibalism perk, and I've never been more excited in my entire life.
Here's the thing, I love it. I can never partake in it because it's like every video game I've ever tried. Like I can't even be a vampire in Skyrim because it bugs me too much.
I thought you were about to say, I hope you've never participated in cannibalism. That would be very concerning.
I assumed you hadn't. Is that something I need to be worried about?
No comment.
Ripping the mask off? Rude.
I'm pleading the fifth here, Margaret, on the whole cannibalism thing.
Right, okay.
She stepped on it, too.
No.
That probably cost a lot of money, actually.
Right? I mean, she probably owes another, but still, that's always what I'm surprised on in wrestling is, like, the money people will spend on things that will get destroyed.
Oh, tell me about it.
I'm going, what the... How many shirts are you gonna rip off yourself? Just gonna try to be the Hulk. Like,
Tell me about it.
Like,
I yell at Dan all the time.
especially when indie wrestlers in general don't have the money to be throwing that kind
Oh, no,
of
they
shit
don't.
around. There was actually, like... That reminds me of, like, when Stephen Wolf got injured at Funky Monkey, and as they're wheeling him out, like, he wasn't hurt too bad. He was, like, knocked unconscious for a second, but came to, and he had a gash, but it was fine. But as he's being rolled out by the paramedics, tells people to buy his merch.
Buy my merch.
Pay for medical bills.
That's indie wrestling right there, Margaret.
Carney as fuck.
Carney as fuck.
I am
Speaking
liking
of Carney, the Carneys. That joke has been told before. I apologize.
Those gay enough to tell ones.
I just love the Carneys, man. Let me love the Carneys.
I love how, like, these people aren't too worried with actually getting out of the way.
Nah, man. Camera dude's just like, fuck it, I'll get hit in the face. Who cares? Whatevs.
How many cameramen do they have around?
It's called production value, Margaret. You were just talking about it.
I know! But it's like, it's one of those things where, like, you don't really pay attention to it until you actually start noticing the cameramen, and then suddenly they're everywhere.
I mean, SCW's only got one, so I mean, it's... and it's not me anymore, so it's not as good.
You haven't watched anything from SCW since you left.
I know it's not as good.
Unless you watched that Facebook Live one.
I definitely did not. Sorry, SCW. I definitely did
The
not.
only the saddest part about this, watching it on mute, is that we don't get to hear the accents.
Oh, I know the accents. Ugh. New Zealanders do have, like, a kind of a different accent than Australians.
I can,
right?
like, if I listen to it for long enough, I can tell the difference, but, like, if I had an Australian person and a New Zealand person just talk to me randomly at the same time, I would not be able to guess.
And I'm sure there's someone very offended out there that we said that, but, you know.
Well, we can wait until someone from another country can tell the difference between a Midwesterner and a New Yorker. Then we'll try.
Yeah, right? I mean, we sound all the same to them, too, so...
I do... This is probably I think this is the best quality match we watched. Definitely the best quality match we watched so
It's
far.
probably going to be the best quality.
No, we have the one coming. Well, I don't know. I know the one we have coming up next is like bigger names, but again, it's like I don't know at what point in their career.
Right.
So, but I still love it. I want to see the old stuff.
It's very much a shot in the dark.
It's also kind of fun though. I love YouTube. Alex hates watching it, but I love YouTube.
Alex hates watching YouTube?
He never watches it.
What's wrong with
I'll
him?
make him watch some of my weirder stuff, but / listen to my weirder music.
Ooh.
Does Shotzi... Oh, what's the song Shotzi Blackheart comes out to?
Oh, girl, you're asking the wrong person.
I want to say it was like Body Bag by Cute Is What We Aim For or something, but I don't remember.
I
remember it's like mid-2000s pop punk. And I love her for
I know
that.
Samantha Heights comes out to Kill the Lights.
Ooh.
That one's... I'm a big fan of that. I marked out for it when I first saw her wrestle.
Oh, speaking of entrance themes, and I hope everyone's okay with us just randomly talking, but SCW, someone came out, new tag team debut of some of the newest graduates came out to save a horse, ride a cowboy.
No!
I'm not even joking.
No.
And they got the biggest pop.
No. Saddle up my horse.
Yeah, and
Ride
then,
it
I don't even remember the
ride.
names, but it was literally like a dude dressed as the Hick.
Oh no.
And then it was like a legitimate Hispanic guy, but it was a Hispanic stereotype.
No.
Wearing the the green, red, white poncho and whatever.
Oh no.
And I don't remember what his name was, but I think it was Spanish for corn.
Oh no.
And then everyone in the crowd was chanting corn.
Oh god.
And I was like, and it was over
Why?
as fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Because it was.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like you aren't over as much as your entrance music.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. SCW. What?
Aren't you so sad you left?
Oh, I'm so sad.
Okay, to be fair though, and I will say this much, as far as I know, Black and Brave pretty much for the most part lets their guys pick their own gimmicks. So like no one was forcing the Hispanic dude to do the stereotype. Just so we're clear.
That's good.
It was just a decision on his part, good or bad, but it was on his part.
The racial stereotyping was done by an actual Hispanic. Don't.
Well, you want to talk about the sad thing is it's like, I'm trying to think. I think, yeah, pretty much all three of the regular men of color, black men that we have on SCW are all heels, but again, they all choose to be. Jimmy Timms as in Bakwando doing the silly, like, karate kick stuff is hysterical. But
I do not know who that is.
He recently debuted.
Okay.
But so every time Josh C is in the ring, the people, Josh C, the people in the crowd pretty much just pick a famous black person, or not even black person, a black character. Carlton or
Usually Carlton.
Yeah, usually Carlton, but like they'll pick a famous black character and chant that name at him. And it was like, and I'm like, okay, I get that he's a heel, but like we are way too excited to be doing that right now. Like they start chanting it the minute he comes on. They start chanting it the minute like.
Of course they do.
Oh, Urkel is the other one.
Oh, of course.
I'm like, okay, Carlton. He like, in some semblance, might in the right light, kind of, but
him.
Urkel is what?
He does not resemble Urkel.
Like y'all are grasping for straws just to be like racist, but it's okay because you're being racist against the heel or something.
No.
I don't know. Like it's something.
I can't say.
To be fair, I was actually really excited. They were really happy when they announced the intergender match for the tag team.
Yeah,
champion.
I
was like, they were really excited. And I was like, oh, pleasant surprise. I was nervous.
I think that there was a lot of unfounded nervousness about doing intergender stuff, especially in SCW.
Well, because apparently they'd done it before.
Well,
and the guy who had lost to Violet Parker, the first lady of Black and Brave, I think is what they call her. He lost to her, and I guess like people like mocked him for it, like that he lost to a girl.
That's his fucking problem.
And so they didn't want to try it again. But they took a little hiatus from it, and I guess they're trying again. And I got pulled in to do a pre-tape for that, and I still don't know if it's gone up.
Alright, now you're really killing the business here, Margaret. Come on.
I don't care. I said it before, I like the behind-the-scenes stuff. That's the best part. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, that looked painful.
Dead.
I always love when someone gets, like, thrown in wrestling, and they bounce.
Yeah. The ring you're supposed to
bounce,
man.
And it's like, at one point, it's like, that looks... I'm like, at first point, I'm like, that looks so fake. I'm like, nope, that's just the weirdness of how that move goes.
There's a lot of momentum that gets carried in the wrestling ring. Oh yeah, I also just woke up from a nap before I came here, guys. So I'm I'm very professional.
Oh wow.
There's always a nap I've just taken, and I'm always sick.
How many promotions do you think have the camera right, like, on the ring post?
Not a lot. I mean, WWE does, obviously.
Yeah.
I like the crowd.
Yeah, right?
Also,
are you just like chilling in
big dumb head?
You're just chilling in the seats, and who doesn't realize? Oh, hey, I'm right in the front of the camera.
What is gonna happen here, though?
I wonder.
She needs to get herself up higher. Oh, girl, you messed up. Oh, no.
What happened?
Something bad's gonna... Oh, wait, double stomp? Yeah.
What did you think it was gonna be?
I don't know. I thought she was gonna do a little Sasha Banks double knees thing. I don't know anymore, man. I don't have my glasses on either. It's hard to see what's going on. I'm fucking falling apart, Margaret.
I'm sorry. Hey.
Yay.
Melina from Mortal Kombat. What?
Wrestling.
Love her hair. Yeah, I have to rewatch that because I want to see I want to see Ashley Spencer's bitchiness in its full glory. With accent. Bitchy New Zealand accents. That sounds delightful.
I mean, yeah, that sounds about right. I do love me some
Okay, who's putting their
Australian.
thumb on the camera lens?
Professionalism.
Oh. So apparently, where is it? Is it IPW that's having a 21 and over show or something? And I was like, I'd love to commentate a 21 and over show.
Oh, Lord.
Because you could just say all of the twisted...
It's Geeks Night Out all over again.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
Yeah, that did not go well. I wonder why. Could it
Well-
be because the person running it's a terrible human being?
No, Kat, throw more shade.
It's not even shade anymore. It's just full on blackout, man.
I mean, the thing was, like, I realized I don't like bar shows. Like, I really don't, because it's like, you have, guys are like, it's a bar show, I can say whatever I want. So you have guys whose characters aren't that crazy, going that crazy just because they can.
Right.
Like, the All-American football player suddenly dropping, like, constant F-bombs in the ring, and I was like, that's not who you are.
It's just like bad writing in a horror movie. Can't
But
think
I
of
love-
anything else.
I love bad
Throw a
horror
bunch of
movies.
F-words.
I love bad horror movies. I love well-done horror movies, and I love bad ones. Oh, speaking of horror movies, Chainsaw King versus Mason Beck was fantastic.
Chainsaw King is my favorite human. He's a great
like-
lad.
And he's got that creepy persona I love, and for some reason is super over with small children.
I love it. I love everything about it, man.
The hat and veil he comes out in, the big ass key necklace. I have a little key necklace.
He's like a little Alice in Wonderland character. And by little, I mean gigantic.
Only from like the creepy version Tim Burton wanted to do before Disney made him make it more clean.
Right.
Alright, so now we are at the free match for Women's Wrestling Revolution, Mia Yim versus Deonna Purrazzo.
WWR is a great promotion for anyone who hasn't seen it.
I am the biggest fan of Mia Yim.
And I love Mia Yim and Deonna Purrazzo.
I have painted my nails to put the nail in it before, just because of her. And I lost my mind when she was in the Mae Young Classic. That was delightful.
And Deonna Purrazzo, for those who don't know, was on NXT for a hot second. Never signed, but she did a lot of, like, the jobber work, I guess. It's not the term anymore. I'm sure WWE has a more legitimate term for it.
Probably like
Enhancement
enhancement talent.
Kill me.
Here's my question: if you're one of the indie wrestlers playing paramedics or whatever, are you still enhancement talent?
Absolutely.
Is that what they? Okay.
I mean, it's really called, like, extra work, but, like, you could call yourself enhancement talent if you want.
Speaking of enhancement talent, I loved seeing Jaden Roller from 3XW coming out for the No Way Jose dance line.
No way.
Jose.
No way.
Oh, that. Oh, you should have seen Alex's face when he realized that he got called up. Like,
Aww.
Alex loves No Way Jose, and he was so afraid he'd get caught in just being the silly guy for forever. I mean, he still kind of is, but like in a good way.
He's definitely still gonna get caught up in that. But
The lighting in this building is poor.
I think this is the Beyond Wrestling building. I think this is where Beyond does their stuff.
And this looks like a very tiny ring too. Where are we?
This isn't tiny. What are you talking about?
Maybe it just looks tiny because there's actual people just leaning
right up on the ring, yeah.
So no one's going over the top.
Oh, no, they will. What are you talking about? Of course they will. It's just like in Beyond Wrestling, like, people just move. They know to.
Really? Because in that last, in the New Zealand one we just watched, like, those people did not look bothered to get out of the way at all.
Well, that's... Beyond Wrestling is not New Zealand, Margaret.
I'm just saying, and not in every promotion do people realize that, hey, get the fuck
in
out of the way.
FCW, people don't realize to fucking move either. They're stupid.
No.
At least in AIW, we have a head of security that's competent and knows what he's doing. Security at SCW does not usually know what they're doing.
It's because they're trainees.
Mm-hmm.
But I always make it, like, that's why it's hard to learn all of their names, because there's a new, dozen students every 3 months. But I'll always make a point of learning their name when they're competent security. Shout out to Anthony. He's
Whoever
the current.
you are, shout out to Anthony.
I don't think he listens, but I always love, like, noting, like, hey, who should I, not to be, like, high and mighty, but whose name should I learn? Because half of them are gonna leave.
Bye, bitch.
Woo. I just love Mia Yim.
She is a wonderful human.
It's funny that she's so often a heel. I've also noticed that, though, sometimes people who are, like, the biggest, worst heels are the nicest people.
Oh, of course.
Like, they get all of their evil out in the ring.
Oh, absolutely. Nick Gage is the first person that comes to mind when I think of that. Granted, he has been to jail. So there's that. But it was just for robbing a bank, so it's fine.
Okay.
He's a sweetheart, though. He's the dude that punched me in the face once.
Context?
I was a security guard for AIW. And,
Okay, I remember.
And Nick Gage grabbed me, or Tim Donst grabbed me and threw me into Nick Gage, who proceeded to punch me in the face. It was great. I was grabbed by my idol, Tim Donst. And now Nick Gage, every time he sees me, hugs me. He's like, "Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?" Aw, Nick Gage.
Do you always call him? You have to call him Nick Gage.
Absolutely. I have to call everyone by their first and last name.
Do you always call them by their ring name or their shoot name?
Usually their ring name.
The worst part is that, like, when you're talking to people and they, like, use the ring name and shoot name interchangeably, and you're like, I don't fucking know.
Margaret, did I tell you that I met my number one all-time favorite wrestler?
Which, Jimmy Havoc?
No.
I don't. You have a lot. Which
My
one?
boy Cloudy.
Ah.
Did I tell you I met and am
No.
friends with my boy Cloudy?
You did not.
He was at AIW like 3 or 4 months ago.
Fucking everybody goes to AIW.
And I was so nervous to go up and say hi. And then I was able to do it, and we just sat there and talked, and he was like, "Oh, so you just moved to Ohio?" And I'm like, "Yeah, from Iowa." He's like, "Oh, do you know Shane Hollister?"
What?
Like, of course I know Shane Hollister! So then I was talking about all the Iowa and Illinois guys with him, because he used to come up this way all the time, and they go up there. I was very pleasantly surprised.
A lot of people have been asking, like, "Oh, if he's back, he's gonna be more places," and I was like,
Maybe?
probably. I don't know.
Who knows? But I'm on a shoot name basis with Cloudy now. It's awesome. And meanwhile, Dan's just here like, "Yeah, I drink beers with Cloudy all the time." I'm just like, fucker.
You asshole.
Why didn't you ever introduce me to Cloudy?
God,
I almost had a panic attack saying hi to Orange Cassidy the other day. I was talking to Dan about it, and I'm just like, "Babe, I went on that fake date with him in Chikara once, and now I'm too afraid to say hi." And he was just like, he's just a normal person. I'm like, I know, but I'm scared. This was after the old wrestling. Did I tell you about that? Old wrestling came to...
Oh, like the
to
1940s
Cleveland.
with, what is Space Monkey called there?
Oh god, you're asking the wrong person
But like,
here.
but that's where
he's like an organ grinder monkey.
He's the organ grinder monkey with the symbols. I know that.
Yeah.
And that's where
old wrestling was in Lakewood.
And that's where is it Thunder Kitty? Is that where she's from?
Yeah, Thunder Kitty does stuff there.
I've always wanted to see that. I want to see more like genre specific promotions though. Like I'd love to like.
Oh, old wrestling is fantastic. Marion Fontaine, best human being. The show took place in a bowling alley, for fuck's sake. Like, it was so great. And it took place in the city Dan and I live, so it was even better. Because we didn't have to drive that far.
That almost never happens for me. If we only have to travel an hour, it's lovely.
So, like, putting up and taking down the ring didn't take as long as usual. Because we also had a garage door right next door.
Fun.
Oh,
although I've never helped put up or take down the ring. I'm not paying dues. I'm never going to be inside it.
It's different as a trainee, Margaret.
I know you've got to pay your dues. You've got to do that nonsense. But I get nothing from doing that. There's no, forwarding of a career.
I mean, it does help you get home faster. Oh, speaking of Dr. Dan, he just tried to call me. Oops. Sorry, babe.
Well, we're not too...
Shout out to Dr. Daniel C. Rockingham, who I've mentioned at least 20 times, if not more, this past episode.
Well, if he had a podcast, he'd talk about you.
I mean, he's on the AIW podcast, but he never talks about me. I was referred to on there as the girl that got punched by Nick Gage.
Which is how you want to be referred to.
I suppose. Until AIW starts posting their trainee promo classes again, that's how I want to be referred to.
The girl who was punched.
Which there is a new AIW trainee promo class getting put out within the next couple weeks.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it just took place yesterday.
Oh.
So I was not there, obviously. But now that my foot is healed, I'm going to start at least working out while training is going on. So I can't get back in the ring. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, my foot is healed.
Yeah, yay.
I can't wrestle for another 6 weeks. But I will at least be there in existence at training, and it shows.
Is Mia Yim... I'm trying to remember. Is she... I'm going to get this wrong. Korean? Or... I'm going to Google.
I think so?
I'm trying to guess, like, what the...
I know she's mixed race.
Oh.
I am not 100%.
Mia Yim. Korean American.
There we go.
Yep, I was right. Because I know she's Korean, and then I think Soo Young.
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, yeah, like, why don't we hear more about Korean wrestling? Is there Korean wrestling?
I'm gonna assume not. Mostly because... Didn't Korea just also have, like, a fucking overthrowing of power?
I don't know.
Some shit happened.
Wait, North or South?
No, South Korea.
Oh, okay, I was about to be like, obviously any wrestler who's coming anywhere would be from South Korea.
I would hope so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure wrestling is big in North Korea.
It's hard to tell.
I'm not sure a lot of things are big in North Korea other than fascism.
I swear this ring looks smaller.
It's not smaller. It's just very dark and there's a lot of people around it.
The lighting is not very good.
I like it. I don't know. When you're there live, it definitely creates a cooler atmosphere. But yeah, on camera, it does not show up very well.
That's like trying to record anything at the call ballroom. Like, yep, nope.
It's not happening. At least they've got those spotlights for the ring, right? Don't they?
They actually they have lighted ring posts.
Yeah, that's at least something.
Yeah. Because that was a historic ballroom made for 1950s crooners to come by, not for wrestling shows.
But hey, I'm sure Johnny Cash looks super cool in there.
I mean, probably. He looks super cool everywhere, though.
I mean, he's fucking dead now.
Well, he looked dead.
Throwing shade at the dead man Johnny Cash. Oh my god. Apollo Crews just posted pictures of Akira Tozawa hanging out with his child.
Aww.
That's fucking precious. Okay, you know who I really fucking love right now?
Okay, who?
Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. Holy fuck.
So good. I'm annoyed that they're called the Iconics.
I like it better than the Iconic Duo, I'll be honest with you, Margaret. I like it better.
Probably because somewhere else is the Iconic Duo, but I mean, I was so excited when they got called up, but they've deserved it so long. I'm also really excited.
It's so good.
Well, I'm also excited that they called up like a ton of women, so it's like, yes, now more women can come through in NXT. Because they signed like a bunch of people for the Mae Young Classic who now, like, can we get more Bianca Belair, please?
Yeah, seriously.
Because that girl, I don't know how she makes that hair thing look not stupid, but she does, and it's magic.
It's so fucking great.
Because in theory, using a long braid of hair as a weapon should be stupid, but it's not when she does it.
It's black girl magic.
Black girl magic.
Black girl magic.
Hashtag. This is a very long match. I'm just realizing this.
Putting in that work, brother.
Get your shit in.
Not just an 8 to 10, brother. Brother.
I wonder if there's is there a bracket for how important your match is versus how long it's gonna be?
Oh, absolutely.
So 8 to 10 is standard,
8 to 10
mid card.
Yeah, 8 to 10 is pretty standard. Usually if you have 6, it's get your shit in match.
Yeah.
And that's usually for, beginning of the show type thing.
And it's a scramble, so you've got 6 minutes for 6 guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or 6 people.
Like I
Get
know,
it in.
4 of my fellow trainees that I've been training with since day 1 are debuting coming up this weekend at JLit. And I believe they've been practicing their match for the past 2 months. But it's it's a 4-way and it's 8 to 10. So it's get your shit in now. I'm very proud of them though, and I am so happy that I'm going to be there to watch their match because they were all training when I first got there, and I've been training alongside them ever since. So it's a very proud mama bear moment.
Were you the only girl in your class? I don't remember.
At the time, yes. Well, there's not really
Oh, at the time you started then.
Yeah, at the time I started. There wasn't another female until November. And now we have 3 girls in the class currently.
Yay! Please all graduate. Please all stay in wrestling.
For the most part, I think they will.
I know a lot of people, guys included, will, get through training and then, okay, bye. Done now.
In AIW, it's very much so more commonplace that they stay. Most of the people that graduate from the academy stay with AIW. Which is very good. But also very hard to get them at spots on shows. Because AIW already has a roster of people they bring in from everywhere else.
I was very upset. Speaking of bringing in people, I was very torn. Was it Glory Pro show? A while back, before all the nonsense with Elgin happened. And I think, Sue Young was on it or something.
Uh-huh.
Which is, my top 10 list of wrestlers I want to see live. And, but it was, I didn't really care for anyone else in the card. So I was okay, do I love her enough to justify doing it solely for her?
Yes.
But then the shit with Elgin happened, and I was I love her. I don't want to support him.
I will give you another female that you should watch because she is very good.
Is there a way I can watch her for free without having to buy a streaming service?
I think so. I'm assuming she has free matches. Her name is Karen Q.
How is Q spelled?
The letter.
The letter. Okay.
Letter.
I never know. It's so Karen Q.
She is very.
Wrestling.
She's built like Jordan Grace.
She's fought Brandy Rhodes?
Yeah. She's in Women of Honor, so it's really easy to watch her stuff.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Women of Honor. I don't think Ring of Honor uses them very well.
But they have good matches.
I know. Isn't that... Yeah, Tennille Dashwood just signed with them, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, she fought...
She has a lot of great matches up, so...
Let's see... Oh, and then Brandy Rhodes versus Tennille Dashwood. I'll have to look at that. So, I have another one. Because I'm always trying to look for more women's wrestlers. Just wish we could get more to the, small mom and pop promotions.
Right. There's a lot of stuff just on the WWR YouTube channel as well.
Sportsmanship. Right, and who turns? Oh, are we genuine? I don't trust this.
Let us have sportsmanship, Margaret.
I don't trust anything.
Let us have sportsmanship,
okay, yes.
Margaret.
Okay, yes.
Jesus Christ.
It's wrestling. I don't trust anything. And that is the end of our playlist. It actually ends with genuine sportsmanship, and we are well over an hour. I hope.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, hour 10. I hope that everyone enjoyed that. That was a really long match, actually. Like 15 minutes, but
I hope everyone enjoys watching along.
If you try, and again, I know we didn't do the best about being like, this is the match we're watching now, because with the YouTube playlist, it just goes immediately to the next one.
This isn't a commentary channel, people.
It's not. But it's basically, this is what we do when we're not recording. We watch random wrestling shows and then talk. Although, we probably would have gone off topic way more.
Oh,
if
yeah,
we
absolutely.
hadn't been recording.
And there would have been more shit talking and more talking about drama.
Specific names.
Yeah.
But no specific tea. No specific shade.
Not today.
All vague. But if you like this kind of stuff, feel free to tell us. I know I had a lot of people tell me that when I had when I've done things with like Shannon Townsend for the Married Marks, and we were just kind of like all over. Oh, and Gabby. Duh, Gabby was there too. We kind of got off topic, and we're just like, shooting the shit. People mentioned that they really liked that sort of relaxed, people just having a conversation type. So this is what we're trying for this one. We will get back to reading fan fiction and wrestling stories again next time. We are still doing this. So again, if you want us to read your fan fiction,
send me your fan fiction. I can't keep reading just my story.
And I can always read one aloud too. I don't know that I'm gonna write any, but so send us those. We'd love to have them to read out loud in the air. Feel free to follow us at Bells in a Cell on Twitter. That's usually me. You can follow Slam Fam Wrestling, our new network, for those of you who didn't listen or forgot our last episode. We are on the Slam Fam Wrestling Network instead of Pro Wrestling Iowa. It's a whole huge thing. We talk about it more in depth on episode 19. So you can follow them at Slam Fam WREST on Twitter or Slam Fam Wrestling on Instagram. You can follow me personally at Margaret_Adelle on Twitter and Instagram if you want to hear about my weird writer nerdness. And Kat, where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media at HighVoltageKAT. If you want my Tumblr, ask me for it. I'm not giving that shit out. That's embarrassing as fuck.
But thank you so much. It's been so much fun having Kat back in town, even for a little bit. And here's hoping we can do something like this again in the future eventually. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.